Hello, all you beautiful people, and welcome back to yet another episode of What We Know So Far. If you're new here to the DisInsider page, we take certain projects from the Disney company and we give you tidbits, rumors, and everything that we're hearing on these films. We currently have The Little Mermaid, Snow White, and Haunted Mansion up on YouTube, but today is a special episode because this has been requested by a lot of you, and to be frank, we also want to know more about this. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video looking at what we know so far about Hercules. And as always, let's start off with a quick synopsis. As of now, there is no official synopsis for the project. However, we expect it to follow the animated original, which follows the titular Hercules, a demigod with super strength raised among mortals who must learn to become a true hero in order to earn back his godhood and a place in Mount Olympus, while his evil uncle Hades plots his downfall. While we expect the main elements from the original film to remain in the remake, producing duo Joe and Anthony Russo have said this project won't be a literal translation. They were quoted saying, "You always have to bring something new to the table, because from our perspective as storytellers, it's not compelling for us to do a literal translation. We've already done that with our Marvel films. We don't do literal translations of the comics because we feel like if you want that story, you can go and read about that story. We're going to give you a different story. I think we'll do something that's in the vein of the original and inspired by it, but we will also bring some new elements to the table." Joe Russo also hinted at a more modern spin to the project, saying it will certainly pay homage to the original with a more modern spin on it. What Anthony and I love about the original is how funny and subversive it is. I think we try to embrace that sense of humor in the remake. Alrighty, now let's move on to who is playing who. Sadly, there is nothing official as of yet, but we have heard names of interest floating around during various stages of the film's development. A little over a year ago, we heard the studio wanted to work with superstar Ariana Grande, who would fit the role of Hercules' love interest Meg. Grande is busy at the moment working on Universal's 2 Wicked movies, which likely won't wrap until the end of the year, so there is still a shot she could be considered as Hercules doesn't start filming until 2024. As for the hero, we heard names like Michael B. Jordan from the Creed franchise and Taron Egerton from the Kingsman franchise. Again, these are just names that we heard, and there is absolutely no confirmation on this. It should be noted that director Guy Ritchie and the Russos like bringing in talent they have worked with in the past to their new projects. So maybe we see Jason Statham, Charlie Hunnam, one of the Chris's, being Evans, Pratt, or Hemsworth, or anybody that they've worked with previously in various roles. Disney doesn't typically bring talent from the animated projects into their live-action remakes. However, James Earl Jones became the exception when he returned for 2019's billion-dollar smash hit, The Lion King, reprising his role as Mufasa. So why are we bringing up James Earl Jones? Well, Danny DeVito has expressed that he wants to return as Phil, quoted saying, "If they don't put me in that, they don't have hair on their ASS. I am the live-action Hercules." So with that being said, let me dive in by giving you all a little rumor of the week. While nothing is confirmed at this time, the expectation is the studio will indeed bring back DeVito as Phil. Alright, now let's move on to music. Joe Russo confirmed recently that the remake will indeed be a musical, and how they plan on bringing the musical aspect to their modern Hercules is something that they are still working on, saying there are questions about how you translate it as a musical. Audiences today have been trained by TikTok, right? What is their expectation of what the musical looks like and feels like? That can be a lot of fun, and it helps us push the boundaries a little bit on how you execute a modern musical. So is his comments a good thing? We will plead the fifth for now. Guy Ritchie, who directed Disney's billion-dollar hit remake of Aladdin, will be behind the camera with hopes of repeating box office success. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings writer David Callahan wrote the initial script. As of now, there is no release date set for Hercules, but stick with the DisInsider as we continue to cover this project and more from the Walt Disney Company. And that does it for today's video. And we understand that this wasn't as informative as the rest, but we did include a little nice rumor of the week, and we should be getting castings here any second now. Be sure to follow the DisInsider on all social medias and check out the DisInsider.com to keep up with all of your breaking Disney news. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment if you want to. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you're notified every Friday when we drop a new video. And that does it for today, all you beautiful people. I'm Derek, and we will see you in the castle.